What is going on, YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, bringing you yet another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle today. And today's opponent is going to be fellow YouTuber Cazador Perfect. And for those of you that may have not heard of him, I'm going to put all that stuff in the description for you so you can check out his channel, all that good stuff. He actually posted his own version of this battle, which was pretty awesome because he did it live, and I think that's super cool, right? Yeah, definitely go check that out, guys. But for now, let's get into what the teams look like. On his side, the first thing that I noticed was Persian, honestly. I was like, what? A Persian? Who uses that? But apparently he does, and it must work for him, so more power to you. He's also got a Yanmega there that is kind of unusual to see in Wi-Fi battles. And then another Pokemon that I haven't seen up until this point is Victini. Fire and Psychic type, just kind of an interesting... I don't know, an interesting Pokemon, I guess. But on my side, I've got pretty much the same pokes that I've been using, with a couple of new ones. I don't think that you guys have seen Alakazam or Chandelure yet. Chandelure is going to be a Choice Scarf set, and Alakazam is just a Life Orb Magic Guard Alakazam, not Mega Alakazam. My Mega Pokemon is going to be Ampharos. And actually, I don't know if I've used that on my channel yet either, so maybe just getting to see new Pokemon all over the place here. So let's just get into the battle here. It's enough about the teams. I've gone on long enough. This turned out to be a great battle, so I decided to post it. We had a battle before, maybe like a week and a half ago or something, but neither of us really liked it, so neither of us posted it. It was kind of a weird battle, and yeah, but this one was much better. So he's going to start off with Victini, and I'm going to start off with my Chandelure. And he's going to switch right out to Shiny Persian. And honestly, it doesn't look any different than regular Persian. But I go for the Fire Blast, predicting the switch. And I guess he thought that I was going to go for a Shadow Ball there. So he'd switch into that and not take any damage. But he hangs on with the Focus Sash, which is great. And now he's going to switch into his Milotic to take another Fire Blast. Probably guessing I must be locked in at this point. He probably thought I was either Choice Specs or... Choice Scarf, just not sure which one at this point. But Milotic just eats that Fire Blast up, and wow, so this must be a specially defensive Milotic, I'm guessing. So I'm going to switch out here to my Ampharos, and he's going to go for Ice Beam, and because I have not Mega Evolved yet, that's not going to be super effective, and it does okay damage. This Ampharos is pretty bulky though. It has max HP, max special attack investment, so it can take a few hits. And he's going to switch out here because he does not want to take a Electric-type move, and he's probably predicting a Thunderbolt or a Volt Switch is coming. I go for a Focus Blast, thinking he was going to switch, but he switches into Nidoking, and Focus Blast is going to be not very effective. I also decided to not Mega Evolve on the first turn in case he decided to stay in and go for a Ice Beam. So now I'm pretty safe to Mega Evolve here, and... yeah, of course, we get the Mold Breaker and all that stuff, and he's going to go for the Sludge Bomb. And normally I see Nidoking carry Sludge Wave, but Sludge Bomb works too. I'm going to go for the Dragon Pulse, and he's not going to be able to survive that. Nidoking is pretty frail. You don't have to hit it too hard to knock it out, and that's pretty much just what happens there. So that's cool. And now he's going to go into his Victini. He's going to outspeed me because Mega Ampharos actually gets a speed drop when... he Mega Evolves, so yeah, he's going to go for the Zen Headbutt. That's going to knock out my Mega Ampharos, so yeah, unfortunately Ampharos didn't last as long as I wanted it to. And I'm going to bring in Talonflame here. I thought he was going to switch, but he doesn't, and yeah, he goes for the Fusion Bolt. It does a lot of damage, it's super effective, and I just go for the U-turn. I would have been way, way better off there going for the Brave Bird. And when I rewatched this, I was like, that had to be a misclick. But no, I really thought he would switch there, and I'd get switch advantage. But didn't happen, and it cost me a lot of health in my Talonflame, and I almost lost it there because of that. So I go into my Chandelure. He's going to switch out here, and I go for the Shadow Ball this time, thinking he might bring in Milotic, and he does. And Milotic still takes that very well, considering its neutral damage. It really doesn't do that much more than Fire Blast at all. And I cannot afford to stay in, because even if he just has Scald as his only attacking move, that's going to do a number on Chandelure. So I'm going to switch into Alakazam, thinking he might go for either Scald or like Toxic or something. And I don't have to worry about a burn because of Magic Guard on Alakazam. So I switch in, you know, he goes for the Scald, and it's going to be a 3-hit KO, so I feel like I have the advantage here. I can go for the energy ball. It's going to be super effective. I figured it wouldn't kill, and it doesn't. And he doesn't go for recovery. He goes for another Scald. And yeah, he still doesn't get the burn, but it doesn't matter because of Magic Guard, like I said. So now he's going to have to either switch out or just give up his Milotic. I decided to go for the Psyshock that will attack his weaker physical defensive side. And in case he wanted to switch into something that would resist Energy Ball like Yanmega, I can hit him with the Psyshock, you know, and it would do neutral damage. So now he's going to go into his Torterra. And this is probably a physically defensive set, you know, judging by the fact that, well, mine is, so it's just a common set. You can tell this was probably a Pokégen Pokemon because it has Stealth Rock, so it's from the 5th generation. He's going to go for the Stealth Rocks there, and now he's going to switch out with my Skarmory in here. So out comes the Persian again, that shiny Persian. I'm really starting to wonder what this thing does. Like, what do you do with a Persian on your team? I just have never seen them competitively before. But it turns out that he has Shockwave, which used to be a TM, so yeah, he goes for the Shockwave. That's super effective. That does a lot of damage. I mean, Skarmory does have pretty bad special defense, so I guess that makes sense. But I go for the Roar to get rid of him, and with Spikes up, he's going to die when he comes back in. So that's awesome. Now I can, you know, Roost and start setting up some more Spikes all over this Torterra, and, you know, that's going to be just awesome. I'm definitely at an advantage here, except for the fact that I misclick on the next turn, and I end up hitting Roar again. And I definitely could have set up, even with the Leech Seed, it wouldn't have really done much. Torterra can't really do anything to me, and I roar out the Torterra instead of getting more Spikes up, instead of roosting. And yeah, I'm going to roar out the Torterra into Yanmega. And it's not what I wanted to do, and it ended up costing me, and I was really mad at myself for doing that. But now I'm going to need to switch out. I can't really do much other than, you know, Brave Bird this thing. So I'm going to switch out to Fokker and, you know, have the Stealth Rocks just kill him, because now with Stealth Rocks up, Talonflame is pretty much just eliminated from that health. And that'll help me get a safe switch into my Smeargle. And I forgot about the Stealth Rocks a little bit, because now his, whatchamacallit is broken, his Focus Sash, and Air Slash is actually enough to kill off Smeargle. And that was just a bad play on my part, and I'm like, ah, crap, what was going on? I was playing so well earlier in the match, I was predicting, and now just a couple of bad moves in a row. And that's like my 3rd bad play of the match. You know, it all started with the Talonflame play that really just things started to go downhill. And it just was not good. So he's going to fodder off his Persian here, and it was a smart move. It'll help get him a safe switch and see what move I go to, you know, to lock myself into. And I go for a Shadow Ball. It doesn't matter. And now he's going to go into Torterra, knowing that I'm locked in, so I can't, you know, switch to the Fire Blast to kill him. So I'm going to have to switch out. And that's a problem for Chandelure, because, you know, switching into Stealth Rocks repeatedly is not fun. So I'm going to have to go back into Titanio here, and he goes for the Earthquake. You know, I'm immune to that, and that's all well and good. The problem with him having Earthquake is that if he times it right, when I go for the Roost, it's going to be super effective, and that's going to do a lot of damage, even with my high defense. So first thing I'm going to do here is go for some more Spikes, and what I plan to do is get enough health, you know, get enough layer of Spikes up, and just start roaring him out, and shuffling him around and just racking up that passive damage, and then bring in Chandelure and clean up. But I have to get to that point first. So he's got me Leech Seeded here, and, you know, it's a good play, because with Stealth Rocks up, you know, my team's not looking so good switching in and out to that stuff. So, and then at the same time, with Leech Seed, he's also getting his health back. So I go for Spikes, and I'm pretty sure that is the 3rd layer. So I'm good on Spikes now. That's fine. He's going to go for the Earthquake again, thinking I might either switch or try to go for the Roost, because my health is getting a little bit low. And, you know, it makes perfect sense to just spam Earthquakes at this point. The only thing I can do to him is either try to roar him out or go for the Brave Bird. And now I'm going to go for the Roost. And I really don't have much of a choice. I'm getting really low on HP. And now, you know, he's going to go for the Earthquake again. And this time he's going to catch me with it. And that does a lot of damage. And it does more than what I was recovering with Roost, which I was kind of surprised about. So that's unfortunate, you know, and now with the Leech Seed damage, that pretty much just negates the leftovers, plus some. And so now I decide to go for a Brave Bird. There's not really much I can do. I'm not going to win this battle. Eventually, I'm just going to be out of health. So my best bet is to get a super effective hit off on this Torterra. You know, not allow him to get more Leech Seed recovery. And now I'll be able to come in and kill him off, hopefully. And if that's the case, I have a good shot at winning this match. So I'm going to bring in Chandelure here. And yeah, unfortunately, you know, the Stealth Rock damage does a lot. So I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball. I need to lock myself into that. And yeah, he survives. I don't know how he survives, but he does. Barely. But that's all that matters. That's all that counts. And Earthquake is going to take out Chandelure. And that pretty much is it for me. There's not really anything I could do at that point. So now I'm going to bring in Alakazam. Thankfully, he doesn't take damage from the Stealth Rocks. I can go for the Psyshock and kill off Torterra. He still has Yanmega left, though. And he also has Victini, too. I forgot about that. So at this point, he doesn't know that I have Shadow Ball. I haven't showed that to him yet, but I do have it. I am going to outspeed, and I'm going to go for that, and that'll kill him off. And that's the main reason that I locked myself into Shadow Ball with Chandelure, was because I figured it was going to be a clean KO of Torterra, and I'd be able to get rid of Victini with it, too. But, you know, I guess I should have went for Fire Blast. I just didn't want to miss, and it ended up costing me. I can't kill Yanmega with a Psyshock. I wouldn't have been able to kill him with a Shadow Ball either. And he barely survives with the Stealth Rock damage and all that other stuff. Or not Stealth Rock damage, with the Life Orb damage. And he's going to be able to kill me off with a Bug Buzz from the low HP that I had. And that's pretty much it. So I lost that one. And honestly, I deserve to lose that one, even though it was a close match. I had a misclick. I had a couple of really bad plays. And a couple of risky plays that didn't need to be risky plays. So he outplayed me. Maybe I played better at the beginning, but he played better where it counted, which was, you know, mid to late game. And yeah, definitely congrats on the win, man. I know you posted your own version, so that was cool. I think I mentioned that already, but definitely go check that out, guys. I will have his link and everything in the description so you can check him out. And he does all kinds of Wi-Fi battles and stuff. So yeah, if you like my stuff, you'll like his stuff. So there you go. Alright, well, that's pretty much it for this time, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and I will see you next time. But until then, game on.